Hello, people of Earth. Nearing the end of day two. Since I talked to you last, got had a full day. Uh, Went to work. Went right to the track after work. Did an hour exercise. Came home. Got a shower. Did all kinds of all your normal BS you got to do. And but throughout the entire thing, I was I, I was watching tons of different inspirational speakers and you know motivational speakers, all these people who are successful, however you define success. But something occurred to me, man, because I was thinking about it as I was running around the track. I had the track like all to myself for the longest time, and it was cool. It was nice and peaceful, and literally one dude. After I was there 45 minutes, and my goal was an hour, so I had 15 minutes left. And one dude gets on the track, and my first fucking thought is, this dude is going to run faster than me, or he's judging me, or I already ran a bunch and now I'm tired. I look lazy, and I'm like, this sums my fucking head up. This sums up my self esteem, my anxiety, and, you know, basically, like, I'm such a fucking hater, dude. Like, I'm every day that goes by, and especially with this, you know, well, before I started this YouTube thing, the past month or so, I've been really, really on a mission, reading and really jumping into who the fuck is Joe, and where is he going, and you know, just all the big questions we all have for ourselves. But uh, you know, I've always been that way, and it always comes back to when all these intelligent speakers come back and tell you that it comes back to you. Like, it's you, and how you look at yourself is how you project on other people. I'm sure most of you probably know that already, but it's something to, and this is why I try to meditate in the morning and stuff too, because, the minute I started thinking that, I had to tell myself, like, yo, dude, this is, nope, like, stop being an idiot. This dude don't care less that you're running around the track. He's doing his thing. And it's simple examples like that that I struggle with on a daily basis. And that's the type of shit that I want to share with you guys, and hope that, if there's people that do have the same type of thoughts and have that same shit going on, eventually somebody will reach out and talk about that, because that, I don't want to live like that. I don't want those thoughts, and so, I'm constantly combating it with techniques and stuff I learned. Like, I'm such a hater, dude. Like, I've been such a hater in my life, because if I don't have it, or I couldn't achieve it, or then I hate on you for having it or achieving it, or you have a happy family, and that's really, I'm a simple guy. That's really all I wanted in life. Um, it took me a long time to get to that point. I was all over the place, but you know, in my 30s now, it's been like, I just want a family. I just want to settle down. I just want a nice, calm life. And, you know, to me, that's happiness. Um, you know, not with a bunch of drama, not with a bunch of BS and all that. Just, to be in love, and, you know, to live, to pay the bills, live comfortably. Nobody I'm not talking about being rich. I don't care about being rich. Money to me is irrelevant. When you talk about happiness, yeah, of course you need some money, but it's irrelevant. Um, but I realized, like, as some of these guys talk about this stuff, the one guy, Jay Shady, I think, Shitty or Shady, not Shitty. Um, he's he talks about your vibrations, and before you even speak to someone. I just saw this on Facebook. Before you even speak to someone, you can already get a sense of their vibes, and how they're looking at you, and and when you have anxiety, I know for myself, like, I give off such a negative, shitty vibe sometimes, and it's always because I'm projecting my fears and the worst, and just saying this person is judging me. And I'm sure 9 times out of 10 they're not. They're doing their thing in their life. But that's where my head goes with it. And so I always got to try to stay on top of this shit. And this is why I'm reading all the time and watching these gurus, or whatever you want to call them, because they figured it out. I mean, really, it's a connection, and I was talking with a good friend of mine the other day about it. It's a connection between the three: the body, the mind, and the soul. And literally, you know the the vibes you put out, the thoughts you create, are is what manifests in your life, in your reality. And so, if you live life with anxiety, and you live in a negative way like I do, or I mean, for the most part, um, I'm finding my way out of that. I'm learning how, and because it's important to me for growth. I mean, I touched on growth already plenty of times. You know, I am to at a point in my life where it's like I really just want, and everyone says I just want to be happy. I literally just want to be happy and okay with who I am, and and you know, and not judge myself so much, and be so worried about how I look. How do I look right now? And how do other people see me? And what do they think of me? And lots of people front and act like they don't care, and they're fronting. And then there's plenty of people who genuinely figured it out, or were born that way, and they just let it just let people be and live their life, and don't live in a judgmental, hateful way. And it's just something that it's probably the biggest part of myself that I want to change. And you know, some of these, the books I'm reading and the speakers I'm watching, and I'm just jumping into this shit. I am up to my eyeballs in it, and I believe it seems like that's what it takes. You know, I'm not blaming mommy and daddy. I'm not blaming, my situation on a person or other, my exes, or, any example. My choices that got me where I am are mine alone, and that's my responsibility. I am responsible for me. So, you know, I am in the process of evolving as Joe. And my mission is, by the end of these 365, this 365 challenge that I challenge myself with, is to not be Anxiety Joe anymore. I can be Joe. Maybe some days, you know, I'll have anxiety, but it won't just define who I am, and make me such a shell of who I really am. Because who I really am is so much cooler than that. Like, I really am cool. I'm pretty fucking cool. Pretty cool, laid back dude. And in the right environments. But you throw me in the wrong environments, and I allow outside negativity to influence my behaviors and influence my thoughts, which then influences the body and the soul, and it's all connected. It really is all connected. And so, I just wanted to, before the end of day two, like I've been doing a lot of thinking today, and absorbing a lot of this stuff from some of these speakers. And I'm about to get to reading now, so I wanted to, make sure I got this video in before I started getting entrenched in this book. Um, and just touch on that, like, you know, if you're like me and you do look at the world like just hating, just get real with yourself, man. A lot of this, I learned a lot of this stuff in AA and NA before when I was in treatment and rehabs and stuff. You combine that with going to a shrink, you combine that with medication, you combine that with reading and learning, and it really is like all balled into one. uh, you know, it took me 37 years to want to go on this mission, but um, I have to go on this mission right now because I don't. It's not even that I don't want to. For my own survival, I can't continue to live like that and think like that. And you know, again, if there's people out there that are just like me, that kind of this plagues them, I understand you. I totally get where you're coming from. Like your first thoughts of people are negative, and from the get, the minute you see them enter in your picture in your life, it's negative, or it's just such a shitty way to live. And you know, like I said, I would love to get to a point where I'm not living like that. I'm not. I don't have that. I don't. I just do me and don't worry about what they're thinking. Don't worry. It's all comes down to self-esteem, and all comes down to your own thoughts. And the minute that negative thought comes in, boot that shit out the door and be mindful of it. And that's all. Just wanted to say a few things before I started reading tonight, and I will see you peeps day 3 mañana. Peace.